Because it's so common. And women have more autoimmune disease, like 80% of autoimmune disease happens to women. Rheumatoid arthritis, chronic fatigue, lupus, multiple sclerosis, colitis, Crohn's disease, eczema. I could go on and on and on. Fibromyalgia. 80% happens to women. And I say it's because women are programmed in this patriarchal culture to absorb the stresses of the men and to make themselves responsible. And so women have double the risk of PTSD, twice as likely to take antidepressants. What I've seen in family, in medical practice and all the literature as well, the reason this is happening is because women are absorbing the stresses of the men, and that's what's hurting their bodies.
It's the part of motherhood that they can never shut down, right?
Well, it's a part of motherhood. The problem is, to talk about again my own history, when our kids were small, when we had two boys, before our daughter was born later, but when we had two small boys, my wife had three children.
Including you.
Two of them were 1 and 4 years old, and the third one was 35 years old. And because men, unconsciously, this is hard for men to hear, but I recognize it. Unconsciously, we're still looking for the women to be our mothers, which means that the mother now has some kids who are this small and a kid who is this big, and the energy that she puts towards being the mother to the big child is taken away from the small children. And it hurts the mother as well. It's too much. It fatigues the body, it stresses them. And that's why they get the autoimmune disease. So it's a serious problem. And that's why when my wife comes on stage and talks about it, she gets such a strong reaction because she's speaking to the experience of many women. And I don't know what the audiences will be like when we travel through these cities together, but very often a large percentage of the audience is women.
80%.
Yeah, because women are carrying the healing energy in this culture. And the men are just taking it for granted. And it needs to be 50-50. But it's very hard for men in this culture to admit that they have pain, or that they have vulnerability, that they have, they just expect those needs to be automatically met. But they have a hard time actually admitting those needs and admitting their hurts, so that...
But being a man, they are not allowed to feel, to show their vulnerability, and
That's
this
right.
is in the culture